What would you say would be the most iconic cartoon show of all time to you? The show that actually made an impression in your life, that made you the person who you really are. Being born in the late 90s really challenged me into becoming the person that I am today. The weird person that you can't understand in most of his videos. The weird person that you keep watching for some reason. But anyways, yeah, I would literally be that one kid that would keep watching cartoons endlessly. I don't know what it is about it. I just love animation. But what happens when you take animation admiration to a whole nother level? I'm talking about when you were so obsessed with a cartoon character, you would go to lengths that would be regrettable. Like, I don't know, murder? Now, with these cartoon shows, we also have to look into the cartoon creators. We have Pendleton Ward, the creator of Adventure Time. We have Seth MacFarlane, the creator of Family Guy. And we have Matt Groening, the creator of Simpsons. Now, we're not going to be focused on those creators. We're going to be focused on pretty much Butch Hartman, the creator of Danny Phantom and Fairly Odd Parents. But so much as we're going to be paying attention to the Danny Phantom series, that is personally my favorite. And with that being said, what happens if there was a certain particular character that drove a certain particular person into committing an atrocity? Then look no further than Ember McLean, one of the antagonists from the Danny Phantom series. Her power is to use her punk rock music to hypnotize people and control their minds with her music, something that she can only do in the show. But for some odd reason, her existence in the show lured someone into doing things that were considered to be odd in the real world. Not only that it was odd, but it was pretty much life-threatening, and of course it would end with multiple lives being lost at the end of the day. So without any further ado, this would be the case of Randy Stair. Randy Stair was a YouTube content creator who initially made funny, entertaining skits, and also the animation show Embers Ghost Squad. We'll jump into that, don't worry about it. And basically, he would start uploading videos in 2007 with multiple channels doing music parodies, gameplays, movie edits from popular pop culture movies, not his own movies, but yeah, you get what I mean. But unfortunately, YouTube had them removed due to copyright. And with those toys that will be in his videos, he would do voiceovers for them, obviously, because he was trying to give them life, which is creative, right? I mean, it was just like Dash EXP. It wasn't until June 9th, yep, that's right, the same month but different year, where Stair created a new channel called Pioneer Productions, which had a bunch of skits and sketches that starred him and nobody else. He had little to no friends, and basically his whole cast of making these skits would be with plushies with a plastic frog and a plush whale. When he did some voiceovers for some plushies, it would be just like SML, how, you know, Logan 30 Acre did all those plush videos. But imagine it would just be him and nobody else. No friends to help you out whatsoever with the recording, the editing. It would just be done by him only. Which isn't bad, but unfortunately, due to the fact that he had troubles making friends, or the fact that he didn't want friends in general, it would be one of the tribulations that made Randy do one of the most unfortunate deeds later down the line. Randy gained a bit of reputation with his content, gaining an audience, having a loyal fan base. It wasn't a lot, but it was still something to make out of, a little bit of a passive income, if you will, being a YouTuber. And it was until later, where he graduated high school, he would ended up having more time to create more videos. And also later down the line, he would have a grocery job at Weis supermarket grocery stores. And yeah, I mean, there wasn't that many conflicts. Randy had a honest earning job. He was able to make money. But unfortunately, his dad, on the other hand, wouldn't see that as fulfilling. So he would tell him to at least get a full-time job or do something else that was a little bit more better than working as a grocery clerk. In fact, Randy made a video about how he hates his dad for making him try to get another job where he could actually earn more and work more and not pay attention to his videos and how he's creating passive income out of it. And I'm guessing it wasn't that much because for some reason his dad would not stop egging him on about it.
He ruined my life. He ruined my fucking life. Can drop fucking dead. When all that high school bullshit started, it was inevitable. I didn't want to deal with them ever again. Once I started having lousy grades and all that and applying for jobs, and I fucking hated him. Didn't even want to look at him. And once the full-time jobs stuff starting and all that, I was done with him. I had enough. I'll never forget it. I talked about it in one of the tapes.
It wouldn't be until December 2015 where Randy Stair made a special consisted of 5 videos where he ended up burning his 2 plushies that he made for his old skits because Ember McLean told him to. In fact, he would even edit Ember McLean in his videos, showing that he would be doing nothing but the sole purpose of contributing his creations towards Ember McLean. And that tribute would be to the show series that he created by himself, which was called The Embers Ghost Squad Show. Now, for the sake of the video, I wouldn't jump into too much information about the show, so I'll leave a link to the website that has a summary of the entire show, so feel free to look in the site in the link in the description below. And be sure to look it up in your free time. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot. So yeah, you're welcome. It consists of very disturbing shit, so if you don't have a stomach for that, I'm not talking about like really nasty stuff. I'm talking about like the mindset of somebody who wants to commit harm to others type deal. That's about it. Not the disgusting gory stuff. No, it has nothing to do with that. It's just a lot of wanting to commit mass murder. Yeah, that's about it. The Embers Ghost Squad consists of 5 main characters, but the series has 14 in total. Each one's having somewhat of a personal connection to Randy Stair's personal life, such as the character Froggy, who is probably a reference to one of his plush characters he uses in his older skits when he ended up getting rid of it by burning it, because, you know, Ember told him to. So, yeah. Anyways, as you can see, not only has Randy's content on YouTube went dark and downhill, but his mental health as well. I mean, the show talked about how each Ghost member recruit people who Control-Alt-Delete themselves, something Randy Stair would have personal issues with in real life while creating the show. Randy also tried to hire voice actors for his 5 main characters, but unfortunately, due to the disturbing lines from the scripts he made for the show, they would end up rejecting Randy's offer. This obviously frustrated him, and he also tried to curse them out and pretty much threatened their lives. So yeah, pretty much Randy basically destroyed his own content that he made in the past, where he was making the skits and all that, to just making animated show about a character that he just had a huge obsession with that drove him into creating a show that didn't even do that well. And this wouldn't be the only YouTuber to do that, but unfortunately, when it comes to YouTubers who wants to shift their content, you can see that they'll have a huge decline in viewership. It's basically a common thing that has happened, and unfortunately, a lot of people left those type of channels. I mean, they would start unsubscribing, but that doesn't mean that they will stop making money. It just means that they won't have the same amount of viewers that they had in the past. It wouldn't be until April 2017 when Randy Stair was plotting on ending his own life. So Randy made a video recording himself, and he would make his decision based on a coin toss. If it landed on heads, he would Kurt Cobain himself. If it was tails, he would do the same thing, but instead he would bring his own co-workers with him. It was the best out of 3, and unfortunately it came down to him ending multiple lives on that early morning. Randy would use a shotgun that was given by his mom that he named Rachel, and a pistol that he got previously, but he named it Mackenzie. See, these guns were named after his characters from the Embers Ghost Squad. And not only that he has an obsession with Ember McLean, but he had an obsession with the Columbine shooters that influenced him into committing the crime as well. There were multiple videos that had Randy Stair talk about Ember McLean and how he basically had a control over him. There were also times where Randy thought he wasn't even in the right gender. He wanted to be a girl instead of a guy, pretty much like Ember, and yeah, I mean, he just felt more of a woman rather than a man. And of course, this would show a sign of Randy's mental health was declining and that there was no turning back. He also posted a bunch of clues on social media hinting that he would be doing something devious, but unfortunately, due to the fact that Randy made a huge change on his channel posting animation videos, instead of making his old skit video, he wouldn't be getting that much of attention, and due to the fact that there would be less attention given to him, he would be able to commit the crime without being detected by anybody else, even the ones close to him. No one was giving the Ember Ghost Squad show any kind of support, so understandably, the threatening posts he made online, they just weren't taken seriously. So if there was enough attention given to Randy Stair's posts, this would have prevented the Eaton Township Weis Market shooting. And if you do not know what Weis Market is, it's basically a retail grocery store that Randy Stair worked at, and it's just like a retail store like, I don't know, ShopRite, Publix, or Giant. So on June 8th at 1 a.m., Randy Stair would claim the lives of assistant manager, mother, and high school graduate Victoria Brong, age 26, Navy veteran Brian Hayes, age 47, and Terry Lee Sterling, age 63. And then, of course, his own life, as promised from his previous videos. There would be one survivor, Christian Newell, who was just inches away from being murdered by Stair, who had a shotgun aimed at her on CCTV footage, but for some reason, Randy just didn't decide to kill her. It was because that Randy thought that she looked so innocent, listening to her own music with her headphones on very loud, only to soon discover afterwards that her own coworkers were being murdered by Randy Stair. So yeah, she was just, I guess, inches away, seconds away from turning her head towards Randy to figuring out that she was going to become a victim. I wouldn't be surprised if Christian ended up being scarred by this. In fact, this was people that she knew very well. So, of course, Randy Stair too, but she would feel scarred by this. This was her coworkers who were killed by, you know, one of them, Randy Stair, would just take their lives for no apparent reason. I don't think he had anything that he had against them or any grudges that he had against them. It was the fact that his life was pretty much unfair to him. So, of course, he would do something that would be unfair to those who were the loved ones of the victims that he chose to kill. And with that being said, that would be the story of Randy Stair. There are other videos from other channels that had a way better in-depth story about him, and they did a way better job than I will ever do. But however, I just wanted to do this for the sake of it being possibly the 5th anniversary of the unfortunate event that claimed 3 lives that day. There are posts that Randy Stair made on Twitter where he portrayed himself as one of the characters from the Embers Ghost Squad show, and they are very weird. These posts were done by the character on Twitter that he created, that he used as a lure or a hint that he was going to commit a mass shooting. That's right, he pretended to be one of his characters as if they were their own person. They would also reply to each other. Of course, this would be Randy, by the way, nobody else. This would be Randy doing this. He would make separate accounts of each of the 5 fictional characters that he created, and they would all reply to each other as if they were friends in real life, but they aren't. It's just Randy. All of it is just Randy. One guy in real life, 5 fictional characters that were created by him on Twitter. Anyways, They can be viewed online to this day, and it's only one Google search. Just type in Embers Ghost Squad and you'll see the works of an absolute psychopath who obviously needed therapy. There is a website and there's a Twitter post that was made for Embers Ghost Squad. So yeah, feel free to dive into that rabbit hole, and I will leave a link in the description just for you guys to watch how this guy, Randy Stair, who was influenced by this creation of Butch Hartman from a Danny Phantom series that led him into killing his own co-workers, all because of a fictional character. So yeah, today marks the 5th anniversary of this unfortunate event that happened, and this would probably be the reason why I started just creating this video, is because this happened on the same day. So yeah. So thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys later, okay? All right, I'll see you.